Hello guys, how are you doing? Today I'm here in Brownsville, Texas. So I was invited for the weekend to do a pop-up at our friend's coffee shop, 7th and Park, and I was so happy to meet a great crowd, a great community here, and I wanted to present you a guy that I met at the show and is doing great things here in Brownsville. It's Tom Ortega.
How's it going, guys? How you doing?
So Tom, how are you doing? How you
Good,
feel
man.
today? Good?
I feel great, man. I feel like inspiring people.
Cool. So we were hanging out with Tom today in downtown Brownsville. It has really cool spots, really cool scenery where you can take pictures, when you can hang out. There's a lot of small businesses opening here. So it's really inspiring that a city like Brownsville is doing so much in the downtown area. They're renewing very historic buildings. Great business-minded people are willing to put some money in these buildings and bringing great businesses and small businesses and locally owned as well. So I'm really excited to see what this city has to offer later on. So yeah, so I just wanted to introduce you to my friend Tom. Tom is a photographer, business owner, and husband, and a very cool guy. He's actually stopped at the pop-up, and we start chatting, and he's a great guy that actually is gonna start promoting the brand here in this area. So Tom, overall, since we met, what do you think about the brand, man? Everything good?
Everything's awesome. I can't stop wearing these. These are just so awesome. Awesome shoes, awesome brand. I love the history behind it. I love how you're involved in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love repping this like since this weekend. I haven't taken it off.
That's good, man.
Except to sleep, but.
Yeah, so I was telling Tom that I wanted to test the market here in Brownsville, and it went really well. The pop-up, a lot of people bought the product. They love the brand, the mission too, and he actually, his brand involves hats, right?
Yeah, so I'm real big on hats. It's a big history. As far as you know, for myself, my grandpa used to wear a hat. From my mom's side, my father's side, and I mean, it's just something that it's cultural for me. You know? And I mean, I love the way they're made. I love the way they feel, and you know, just that vibe that I can, you know, find somebody that has kind of like a similar history as far as the creative side.
Yeah.
Sporting, you know, your brand is just awesome. You know, it feels good.
Yeah, I mean, you look good with the hat, so
Thanks.
I like it a lot. So yeah, I mean, from hats, I mean, when we started making hats, it was because I used to wear a lot of hats, and I used to promote it at different events, and I'd be wearing. I used to be in the setup and use my hat, and people were just crazy about the hats that I was wearing, and all the hats that I was wearing back then, it was from different artisans or different shops in Ecuador. So I decided after probably 2 years in business to jump into the hat business. Start making hats with different artisans, with different shops, and it went really well. We are wearing the most popular hats. That would be the paño hat, that is a South American felt, a little hard on the crown.
Yeah.
And the toquilla straw hat. So perfect for winter seasons, for summer. But to be honest, hats are hats. You can wear it any time of the year. So overall, man, I really want the crowd that are watching this video to know about you, your inspiration of this city. What's your future plans on this city? What is your background? Who you are, and tell them a little bit about yourself, basically.
Yeah, for sure. So I started as a graphic designer. And then, I developed my creativity in that, but I felt like something was missing. And I think this year, I started getting more involved in my community, trying to expose what it has, because it has a lot of historical richness here. And it's very awesome that, very awesome buildings that you can use as a background. Things like that. So I was like, you know what, I need to expose it, and what better way to do it in photography. And I started doing it little by little, and I fell in love with it. Now, everywhere I go, I have my backpack, all my gear, taking shots here or there. Whenever I do have a session, I always try to involve the community around me. Where it's the palm trees, the buildings, things like that. So I like the history, and I like to put it in my photography. And there's plans, in the near future of opening a studio. So we can have creatives come,
Nice.
and kind of express themselves in that way too. And, just something available for the creatives, and, something where I can showcase my work as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll leave that as a secret of
Yeah.
where it's going to be at.
Yeah, he mentioned a few things about his project, and but he wants to keep it till it's the right time to share it. So for sure, at the end of the year, he'll have some surprises for you.
Yeah, at the end of the year or sooner. I mean, who knows? It's all in God's hands, really. But I mean, as of now, I mean, I love, just meeting you this weekend was awesome.
It was cool.
And I mean, just clicking with each other, and having some time to chill. Riding our boards downtown. I mean, it's an awesome vibe. And who knew that this was gonna happen? I mean, not knowing each other, and then just getting to know a little bit about each other and the history behind it.
Yeah.
It's just awesome, So I mean, I love already like your brand. I love it,
No, I appreciate the time too, because I mean that's what I've been posting all on Instagram and Facebook about. This weekend it's awesome, the community. I mean, they were so open to the brand. I mean, I was willing to connect with them, like with you too, to be able to share, the same kind of like mindset, and we're really like-minded on the business side as well, the creativity. And it's great, that still Brownsville is kind of like so new.
Yeah.
And still so much room to growth on the creativity. And the city, I think it's developing the downtown area. Actually, guys, downtown here, it's badass. It's just so historic, so many things happening. So if you are ever in Brownsville, you gotta check out the downtown area. Don't get scared. There's still like a few places that are kind of scary, but it's gonna change. I mean, these guy and other guys here in the community are doing great stuff. So yeah, man. One of the things too is that, I mean, me personally, I was like, Brownsville is a border town, right next to Mexico. So most of the creativity and inspiration comes also from the Hispanic culture. So has that impact you in any way on your style of branding, on your style of business?
Yeah, so originally I was born in Mexico, Veracruz, Mexico.
Okay.
And so all the cultural stuff, that you bring to the table as, your creativity, being from the city where you were born, and me coming from that background, they're similar to each other,
It's funny because a lot of people, Veracruz, they're a little darker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so so every time, like, if I meet somebody, actually here in Brownsville, I heard it more. When I used to live here for 8 months, like back in 2012, so it's funny because they would ask me like, "Are you from Veracruz?" All the time.
Really?
And I'm like, "No, I'm actually from Ecuador." Like, "Oh man, like your accent, the way you look," because they're like a little like, their eyes are like a little
so my dad, my mom, they're very light complected.
Okay.
So that's why I'm light complected. But my uncles, they're dark skinned. So it kind of looks like they're tanning all the time.
Yeah, I'm always man. I'm like a minute in the sun and I'm this dark.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I when I tan, I'm usually out at South Padre.
Yeah.
But I don't really get, like, you'll see it. The the kind of, but it's not too dark.
Okay.
It's still like there.
But that's cool, man. That's cool that you were born there, now living here, and you still get and understand the Hispanic culture.
Yeah.
And as well, I can see it from your outfits and from the vibe that you do on the photography. That's something that you want to include on that.
Yeah, for sure. I wanna be able to tell people. I wanna be able to give that vibe, like, where's this guy from?
Yeah.
So that's a good conversation starter. And whenever I tell them, like, you know, I'm a Brownsville, you know, a native, but I was born, you know,
Veracruz.
you know, in Veracruz, and
Nice.
when people like they react like, "What? Are you sure you're super white?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's great. So yeah, man. One of the things that I wanted to share in this video is basically an example of a business owner that is starting here. So the good thing is, like, I love to meet these people in the early stages. Why? Because it's so important for local support, you know, for people here in Brownsville, for people in different cities in Texas that can't watch this video, you know, to check out these spaces that are, you know, like these businesses that are opening right now, you know.
yeah. So,
And I shared about 7th Park like crazy online.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, we will work out something together where, you know, on photography, on events where we can put, you know, all our businesses out there in this area.
yeah, for sure. And you know what? I think this area needs it. You know, we need the creativity. We need the, you know, people who think alike to, you know, expose the city a little more and to have that friendship, you know, with everybody. You know, I mean, we're just within walking distance of each other. You know, and it's awesome that we have places where we can be creative.
Yes.
You know, go and chill, and, you know, just have a good time.
No, man, and another thing, if you are from another area like Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, man, the food is great here. I mean, anywhere you go, like, I mean, you're ready to eat Mexican for sure. I mean, don't expect like fried chicken or something like that, you know. I mean, Mexican. Man, come over here, eat at great, you know, taco places, Mexican restaurants. Usually,
Yeah.
I eat a lot here. I go even to Mexico to this restaurant called Mi Pueblito all the time and eat there. Like, I was there in Mexico like few hours ago. So it's great, you know. I mean, just the culture here. I mean, you can hit Sao Padre Island, go to the beach, hit the historic side of Brownsville, and yeah. So I'm
Yeah, we have a little bit of everything.
yeah.
Yeah. So being, you know, next to the border, next to Mexico,
Yeah.
it brings in that Mexican cuisine.
Yeah.
It's authentic. It's not, you know, something you can get.
So they're very competitive because the food anywhere I go, it's great, honestly.
Yeah.
So, well, guys, I mean, I just wanted to share a little bit with you about Tom Ortega. You can find them
On all social networks, I'm under tomortega.net.
.net.
Yeah. If you hit the website, it's tomortega.net. You know. So
Nice,
kind of makes
easy, love it. So yeah, check my friend Tom. He has great photography going on. Future plans ahead that, you know, that you're gonna be hearing pretty soon from our side too. And yeah, so I'm here in Brownsville, chilling with a lot of business owners. Hopefully, we can share photos and videos about these guys too. So check Tom Ortega, Moo-chila. We'll be back, Brownsville. Bye bye.